Well, so Josue went to the negative side of comments and things like that, but going to the positive side,
positive comments.
it brings up the question, and if it brings up any stories, feel free, but the question of whenever there's so many people saying positive things about you and giving you praise, it can be difficult to be humble and stay pure at that time. And I'm glad, honestly, that we went, and this wasn't even planned, I'm glad that we went in this order, because I do feel like, because as you were talking, that people who are in creative industries or in modeling, I feel like they do get asked a lot, especially if they're Christians, like, oh, how do you stay humble? How do you stay humble? Where it's like, that gets drilled into your mind. To where you actually don't get to talk about the part of how do you stay in your identity and how do you stay positive in things. So I'm glad you're able to talk about that in the light of negative comments. But now getting to this side, like how do you stay humble and in your identity in that way that could be difficult potentially?
Yeah, I think, so one thing that I've started to realize just in the industry is like, there's moments where you're up, there's moments you're down. And so I kind of just see certain like comments or whatever like that, I just kind of see it as hype. Like in my head, I'm always like, this is just hype. Like it probably might die down at a certain point and come back up at a certain point. Because there's certain moments where like, you know, so I did a project for like Snapchat, it was called Phone Swap. And it just got so much attention. And so many people were trying to text me, so many people message me. But then like next year, things aren't going that great, you know? I'm not really on reality, I'm not on reality TV this year or something like that. And they're not talking to me, you know? And so I had to be very like, I had to understand like my true identity, which of course is in Christ. And so, I try to just kind of see it as like, my identity is not, you know, what I do. My identity is, of course, in Christ. And so I find myself being so at peace when I'm just reading the scriptures and like journaling whatever the Lord's trying to like share with me. Like that right there is like where I find my true identity. And so,